Welcome back to Shum's Universe. So today, guys, we're going to go over how to use wealth numbers correctly. So wealth numbers are an interesting thing because we have to ask ourselves first, what are wealth numbers? And then how do we actually implement them into our lives to actually create, wealth? So this is going to be a short video because it's very easy. It should be very clear and concise. A lot of people know already that the 8 is considered to be a very good money number when it comes to manifesting, having that Midas touch to just manifest and transmute your dreams to this reality. So in turn, the 8th, 17th, and 26th are always very good days to initialize or start a business for the most part. And I say for the most part because not everybody's birth number is going to agree with that number. So if you're a birth number 1, 10, 19, 28, that wouldn't apply to you. I wouldn't do anything on 8 days. It's going to actually hinder you more than help you. What you want to do is actually use the 28th for help instead. If you're a number 2 or an 11, you can definitely use the 8 days. If you're a number 3, this is for birth numbers, by the way, you can definitely use the 8 days. Number 4, definitely. All the way up. It's just the ones pretty much that can't. But what you have to realize is everybody has a lucky set of numbers, and that usually comes by what gets along with your birth number for a date. So it's like if you're a birth number 3, then you can do things and transmute success on 3, 6, and 9 days, or days that add to 3, 6, or 9, right? The compound digits as well. So you got to look at what your lucky numbers are. But if you're specifically just looking to use the 8 because you guys know it's really considered to be like the money status sort of symbol, I'll teach you how to do it even if you're a number 1 and it's your enemy. Here's how to do it, guys. It's very basic, actually. One sec. The basics of it is this, guys. You have to look at what does the 8 signify. It's represented by Saturn, as they say in Chaldean, right? So when you understand that, what does Saturn really signify? It signifies sacrifice, ritual, being militant, being very timely, being very pragmatic and strategic, and then being status sort of oriented, but also following the righteous path of karma by being always on the morally, I'd say very morally subjective right side of history. You want to make sure you're doing things right. You're not stepping on any toes. So you got to be ruthless, but ruthless with yourself, not with others. So when we understand the nature of the 8 and the nature of Saturn, then you realize that on 8 days, instead of saying, oh, I'm going to start my business on an 8 day, or I'm going to ask for money on an 8 day, or if it's a full moon, I'm going to beg for money from the universe. Like, don't do that. What you actually want to do is sacrifice things on 8 days. You can do simple things like charitable things. Things such as like going to the Salvation Army, Goodwill, what have you, giving away things that you can do without, seeing somebody homeless on the road, giving them money, giving your time and resource to other people, whether it be friends, family, or complete strangers, putting in overtime at work. These things are going to actually intensify your manifestation of money. If you do those on the 8th, 17th, or 26th, the 8 days specifically is very good for the charitable ones. The 17th is good to do things alone that other people aren't seeing, so you do it in private, but they're still charitable nonetheless. Or even fasting on the 17th will do very well for anybody. The 26th is very much like a creative one, so you want to be more creative on that day and really figure out, it's more of a cooperative diplomatic version of the 8, so you want to make sure it's very interpersonal and you're getting involved with either like a loved one, giving them extra attention, or for the 6th, family or extended family, relatives, what have you. If you can actually follow those guidelines, and like I said, you have to give a sacrifice, meaning you're sacrificing your time, your energy, you're putting it into something aside from yourself. And you can use this as a bit of a glitch, because the thing is that they'll always say with karma, intentions is everything. So the trick with this is that they're going to say, well, you're doing this based on the fact that you just want more money. It's like, yeah, it's true. But you can still, it still works nonetheless. It's still a glitch. So the thing is that if you're still openly doing nice things, you accompany that with any sort of customized wealth ritual that you may already possess, or if you haven't, it's available, guys, you already know. You're going to be able to manifest a lot of success a lot easier. If you follow like 3 simple things, your actual wealth numbers, you do things, you take financial risk on those days and start businesses with your actual wealth numbers based upon your birth and life path number. You look at those lucky days and start your business on one of those days. Then you look at, I would say the next thing to look at primarily would be the personal year that you're in. Make sure that you're in the correct personal year to start something new, or if you're just meant to socialize or maintain, you have to know what mode you're in that year, what algorithm you're in. And then the third is to look at even what Chinese year you're in. Make sure you're not in any sort of enemy sign year. If you're in an enemy sign year, you're going to have a lot more problems when it comes to starting new things instead of just maintaining them. You can definitely still make a lot of money in an enemy year if you know what you're doing, but you just got to be extra vigilant with your karma. And if you follow these things, especially when it comes to the wealth numbers, use your wealth numbers, you follow the Chinese calendar diligently, know what type of mode you're in or algorithm you're in for that current year that you're in, and then your own personal year, you'll do quite well. The universal year matters as well, but I'd say the personal year outweighs it by far. You have to know what personal year you're actually in and then know how to take advantage of that in the proper way. Right, so like I said, guys, very much a shorter video. If you guys have any questions about this whatsoever, like how to find your wealth number, stuff like that, just leave in the comment section or DM me. I'll answer that for free. But yeah, you want to definitely take advantage of these wealth numbers. Know on 8 days, 8, 17, 26, you definitely want to sacrifice. And lastly, I don't think I brought the 28th up. The 28th is really, truly good for number 1 people specifically. Other people can use it as well, except for birth number 8s. I would say not to use the 28. If you're born the 8, 17, 26, even if you're a life path 8, using the number 28 to manifest or get money for you is not going to be that great. But like I said, guys, if you have any particular questions regarding this, just reach out. I'll clarify anything for you guys. I'm using Chaldean ideology to give you guys this sort of definition on what is going to be considered wealth days for you and what's not, what's compatible and what's not. And that's how I'm differentiating these ideologies. All right, so thank you guys so much for your time today. If you have any questions aside from that, just leave in the comment section. Like, subscribe. Holla at me for today, guys. Peace.